Welcome back here on the Jackrabbit pregame show. Got about 5.5 minutes left until we get things started here in Brookings. St. Thomas taking on South Dakota State tonight. 16-5 Jackrabbits versus the 7-12 Tommies. Well, the Jackrabbits, as I mentioned, lead the Summit League. And the Summit League in a lot of categories, and as well, they are also very highly ranked throughout the whole entire nation. We take a look at that now. .463 field goal percentage, ranks first in the Summit League. Scoring margin with 11.90, almost 12-point plus scoring margin. First in the Summit League. Rebounding average, 9.10 rebounds per game. Number 1 in the Summit League. And then you have a couple of marks where they're number 2 in the Summit League. 3-point percentage with 319. They're number 2. Scoring offense, they score about 75 points per game. That's number 2. And scoring defense, they allow only 63 points per game. That is second as well. The only thing where they're lacking a little bit is the free throw percentage as a team. They are number 8 in the Summit. 7-12 free throw percentage. Their opponents are shooting .385 in terms of free throws. They're .732, and three-point percentage is at .385. They also get about 31.9 rebounds on average this season. Taking a look at the Tommies, they're a little bit less, but they do lead the Summit League in something, and I'm not sure this is something to be proud of or whatever, but they have the number 1 scoring defense. 62.84 points per game they allow, while making 63.37 points per game. Their scoring margin is 5th in the Summit League with plus .53. Their field goal percentage, .404, and their free throw percentage, .733, is number 6 in the conference for both of those, and they shoot beyond the arc, .309. That is that percentage as well. They also turn over the ball quite a lot, I suppose, about minus 1.2 for the turnover margin. Well, there's about 2.5 minutes left. Let's go ahead and take a look now at some other games happening around the Summit League, and we'll do that with both the men and women. We will start with the men. The South Dakota State men's team out in the aforementioned St. Paul and Schoenecker Arena taking on the St. Thomas men. That game will also start at about 7, and currently at halftime, a little bit of a score update. Western Illinois up over South Dakota, 39-35. Also happening at 7 tonight, Omaha versus Kansas City. And a big one in the Summit League standings, Denver versus Oral Roberts. Denver at 12-10 and Oral Roberts at 17-4. And now looking at the women games tonight, obviously we have this one here. USD hosting Western Illinois at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center in Vermillion. Oral Roberts also playing Denver on the women's side, and Kansas City versus Omaha as well. About a minute and a half here before we get things started, and not sure if we quite have the starters yet. We do. We will go over them when we come back. But let's take a look at these teams' past games. The last game that St. Thomas played, they lost to Western Illinois 77-75. A last-second layup put the Fighting Leathernecks up on top. That was on January 21st. So this team is looking for something. They got a win ripped out from right under them. But South Dakota State, they're riding high, 9-0 in the conference. Unbeaten. They stayed that way last week versus Denver. A pretty good win, although it was only by 10 points, 74-64 in the Mile High City. Well, it's beat type 1 night here at South Dakota State and everything like that. The teams are now out on the court lining up for the national anthem, and pregame presentations. We'll go ahead and step aside here on KSDJ Radio, and we're glad to have you along with us. You're listening on 90.7 FM, tunein.com, the TuneIn app, or KSDJradio.com. We will be back here in 4 minutes right here on KSDJ. Welcome back here to Frost Arena on the campus of South Dakota State University. Everything's on has happened already, the national anthem and everything like that. A beautiful presentation, as always, by the SDSU Army Junior ROTC and of course, the pep band.
Of course.
Gotta give that.
I'm representing tonight. You can't see it because it's radio, but I have the Pride sweatshirt on.
Exactly. We welcome Paul Munson back here. We're excited and we're ready to go. They're currently doing the starting lineup, so I guess that would probably be a good idea for us to do as well. We'll go ahead and start with the St. Thomas Tommies. And yep, I got them right this time. Guessed them right. We'll start with the Tommies, playing guard, 5'7" sophomore from Minneapolis, Minnesota. She leads the team with 70 assists. Number 4, Jade Hill, 5'9" senior guard from Grand Meadow, Minnesota. She has started 17 games, played in 19 of them. Number 12, Jordan Glynn, the 6-foot sophomore forward from Maple Grove, Minnesota, has started all 19 games. Number 14, Jordan Lamker. Starting at another guard, 5'10" senior from Stevens Point, Wisconsin, a transfer from Drake. She has started all 19 games, leads the team with 12.7 points, also has the best free throw percentage, three-point percentage, and leads the team in minutes. Number 23, Maggie Nygaard, and a 6'2" sophomore center from Elk River, Minnesota. She leads the team with 583 shooting from the field. Number 34, Joe Langben. The Tommies are coached by Ruth Sin in her 18th season, a 369 and 121 overall record, 14-33 in Division I. They are also assisted by Brian Silk, Tiana Jewell, and Garrett Solis. And now for the home team, the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. You may hear in the background us repeating names because they are also being introduced. It's almost like an echo when that happens.
It's not quite an echo. That's just what I was thinking. You can say it, wait for him to say it, and then we can say it.
Exactly. But hey, let's get going here. Starting at a guard, a 5'10" graduate from Rapid City, South Dakota, a transfer from Utah, leads the team in assist and free throw percentage. Number 10, Drew Gilton. 5'11" sophomore guard. She started all 21 games from Rapid City, South Dakota. She is number 13, Haley Timmer. The 6'1" junior forward from Mendota Heights, Minnesota, also has started all 21 games for the Jackrabbits. Number 21, Tori Nelson. And a 6-foot senior at a forward from Aberdeen, South Dakota, has started all 21 games and leads the team in field goal percentage with 530 from the field. Number 33, Peyton Burkhardt. And the 6'1" redshirt senior forward from Letcher, South Dakota. She started all 21 games, leads the team with 16.1 points, 6.1 rebounds, a 403 three-point shooting percentage, and 29 minutes per game. I think we all know who I'm talking about here. Number 44, Maya Selland.
Probably one of the most important. They're all important. But
but one of the most recognizable.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to see if they can stop both Peyton and Maya tonight.
I mean, I'm young. I'm a sophomore, but she's been here for so long. Like, it's almost legitimately like a professional basketball team experience.
Well, yeah, she's been playing as long as I've been here, which says something.
Which says something.
As a graduate student coming and helping out with KSTJ.
Yep, exactly. But Maya Selland getting ready to tip off with Joe Langben, the center from Elk River. St. Thomas in their away all-purple uniforms with gray trimming and white numerals. And St. Thomas controls the tip, brought down by Jade Hill. The Jackrabbits in their home all-white uniforms with blue trim as well as blue numerals. Gilton on the defense gets a quick steal away, going from left to right from our vantage point, right beside the Jackrabbit bench. A quick whistle on the far court. A foul going to be on number 14, Jordan Lamker. Today's officials are Timothy Retch, Marlon Schoenhoven, and Amy Kromenhoek. That one was called by Kromenhoek. So a quick foul, and now Gilton will inbound it underneath their own basket. Selland has it on the right wing. Gives it around Timmer. Now Gilton shadowing the left, dribbling off. Inside to Burkhardt, now out Selland for three to get things started for the Jacks.
Not the way you're used to seeing the Jacks start off a game, where I try and work inside and get a couple shots close. Firing from all cylinders right now.
Gives it up top, Sammy Opichka. He's going to be in there now. Driving inside, Langben gets it up off the glass and good. So doesn't quite tie it up, but nice second possession, I suppose, since it was stolen away.
Jack stole the first one.
Yep, Timmer on the inside, spinning around. The ball's dead, up off the glass, nice spinning and finding a way to get that bucket.
There's the close shot that I was talking about that they're used to starting the games with. Haley Timmer, not the usual culprit, able to put it in for two.
Hill hands off to Nygaard. Nygaard, that transfer from Drake, who's been all important for St. Thomas this year. The pass goes awry, bounces on top of one of the cameramen for Jackrabbits All Access.
Yeah, they're running a little bit. It looked like a corner route. Thought it was more of a slant. Not quite on the same page.
Gilton dribbling up, finally crosses the timeline. 8:38 left to go in the first period. 5-2 lead for the Jackrabbits. Nelson up on top, gives it left side. Selland driving, stops off the glass again. They've been attacking the paint so far after that first perimeter shot from Selland that got 3 points on the board.
Well, Maya's taken and made 66% of the Jackrabbit shots so far. Quick maths for you.
Jade Hill, that's not my strong suit, so I'm glad you're able to do that. Hand off to Langben. Shot clock at 12. 8:08 on the game clock. Dribbling left-handed, Hill gives it out to Nygaard on the right. Down to 6 now to shoot. Glynn drives it in, gets stolen away. Burkhardt driving hard, trying to catch a fast break. Stops, spins around, can't quite get it to go. And I thought there was a whistle on that first one, but it was the second one that they called it on. And
Peyton did not take her foot off the gas that whole time. Taking a 1-on-4 going down left to right, down the left lane even. First shot no good, gets a rebound, able to go back up again and then hit on that right arm.
yeah, Jordan Glynn gets her first foul. First shot for Burkhardt, bounces around and a little bit too hard off that back iron. No good. 3
bounces, I was keeping track.
7-2 still the score. Burkhardt at the line. 6:22 coming into this game. She gets the second one down, 8-2, a 6-point lead already for the Jacks with 7:47 left in the first.
St. Thomas has only taken 1 field goal.
Nygaard on the right, bounces inside to Langben. Tried off the glass, too hard. Board brought down by Burkhardt, gives it over to Gilton, who was riding the left sideline, now driving inside the lane. So some more contact and another whistle.
That'll be a 3rd personal foul
And
for the 3rd team foul.
3rd team foul and the 2nd personal on Glynn.
More turnovers and team fouls separately categorized than they have field goals. Not field goals made, field goals attempted.
Gilton's first. Man, the unlucky bounces so far from the charity stripe here for the Jacks.
It's the 3 rhythm. There's another 3 bounces sent it out. You got to get it in fewer than 3 bounces, I guess.
8-2, 2:27, Gilton knocks the second one down. She leads the team in field goals, in free throws, excuse me, 828 percentage coming into this one. Goes 1 for 1 on that trip, and the Jackrabbits lead 9-2. Moving right to left from our vantage point here. Langben, right elbow, gives it left to Nygaard. Screen set now, tries to cut inside, gives it out to Frenzel. Can't get the 3 to go. A rebound falls down to Hill. Tried to get it inside. Langben does come up with it. And the pass almost gets picked off. They will call a jump ball. I feel like that's a good call right there.
Haley Timmer was the one that jumped in the way of the pass from that left block. He gets the 2 hands on it, forces the jump ball, and continues the 6-0 run that the Jacks are currently on.
9-2 is the score. Just under 7 minutes left to play in the first frame. A handoff, Nelson now gives it to Timmer up top. Dribbling with the right hand. Selland now gets a dump-off pass inside. Burkhardt trying to go around on the right side, and some more contact and some more whistles.
A little bit of crowd interaction here. They wanted another extra whistle after the foul was called. the St. Thomas player smacked the ball out of Burkhart's hand kind of as she was handing it to the ref. And the crowd thinks they should be called for a little bit of unsportsmanlike conduct sort of situation going on there. Ref says let him play.
Yep. Timmer at the top, still 9-2. Ball gets poked out of bounds underneath the basket, and we're still going to stay on that side of the basket.
Still 15 on the shot clock, too.
Paige Meyer inbounds it. Burkhardt inside to Nelson. Tori Nelson spinning around. A little bit of a floater. Bounces around and in.
All right, so 3 bounces on a free throw doesn't count. 3 bounces on a jump shot counts.
I mean, the math's mathin', man.
The rules, we'll figure them out as we go, I guess.
Frenzel dribbling with the right hand. Near the SD logo. Give off to Mendez. Now inside, picked off by Burkhardt. So many turnovers so far. 4 of them.
In the last 2 minutes, 44 seconds, give or take.
The Jacks currently still on a run, 8-0. Nelson driving in the lane, stops herself from going out of bounds. The ball finds its way to Paige Meyer, puts up a prayer. It bounces too hard off the back iron and falls down, eventually finding its way to Hill. Dribbling up near sideline, dump off into Lamker. Can't get it to go, and a rebound again by the Jackrabbits. They're good on the boards tonight. Timmer gives it to Meyer, over to Selland on the right wing, inside Burkhardt, and now they're moving the ball really well here, getting a lot of looks. Burkhardt again, Nelson swinging it all the way around the perimeter. Pump fake from Selland, driving now off the glass above the square and in.
10-0 run here for the Jackrabbits, forcing 4 turnovers from St. Thomas, unable to get anything to go on offense for St. Thomas.
Dribbling near the logo, Mendez gives it to Lamker. 15 on the shot clock, down to 5 minutes left in the first. A shot by Nygaard, and it'll finally break the run.
2 of 5 from the field as a team.
And those 2 baskets give them the 4 points they have. 13-4. Timmer working away under the basket, and it toilet bowls around and in.
Just exquisite control by Timmer. Gets the 1-foot one step, scoop layup, up and under. Easy 2 points, or at least she makes it look easy.
Frenzel, left wing, trying to find somewhere to dump it off. Gives it to Hill on the left baseline, now dribbling around the perimeter near up to the point. Now gives it over Nygaard, barking orders, dribbles with the left hand, shot clock at 6. It gets poked away, picks it back up, 3, a long 3-pointer, not good, down to Selland, who comes back right away, near sideline, dump off Paige Meyer, now Tori Nelson on the left side, driving inside, gets poked away, Burkhardt goes for it, and it's picked up by Selland. Meyer and the Jackrabbits not trying to slow up shop, however, drives inside the lane, the left-handed reverse lay-in good. And finally, Coach Sin has had enough. A timeout for St. Thomas. We will take it with them. 3:49 left to go in the first, 17-4. The Jackrabbits lead it. We will be back here in 1 minute, right here on KSDJ. 17-4, the Jackrabbits have I'm not going to say a huge lead, but a pretty big lead so far here in the first period. of this one between South Dakota State and St. Thomas.
Well, yeah, Maya Sellen leads all scorers for the Jacks with 7 points. And if she was playing a 1-on-5, it looks like she might be winning. She'd be winning, at least statistically, against a game against St. Thomas, 4-7.
The 14-2 run over the past 5 minutes and 14 seconds. The Jackrabbits have hit all three of their last 3 field goal attempts. And head coach Ruth Sin, the veteran coach, who has an astounding Division III record, 355 and 88, before moving up to Division I, saw enough, thought it's time to slow things down. We'll see how successful they are at slowing things down once the Jackrabbits get the ball again, however.
Well, now the Jacks have block machine, their block machine in Brooklyn Meyer.
Yep.
Kind of running the second squad here coming out of the break.
4 team fouls already for St. Thomas. They inbound it underneath their own basket. Lamker, the ball's on the ground, and it's going to be picked up. Another turnover for the Tommies.
That'll be 6 on the game for him so far.
Tyson gives it to Mathewitz inside, spinning around Brooklyn Meyer, short range, going to side iron off. Board brought down by Nygaard. Coming fast the opposite way now. Dump off now inside, spin around by Langben. She gets it good. 17-6 now, 3:12 left to go in the first.
Okay, I know I said it was a shot blocking machine, but you can't block every one of them. That last shot was over Brooklyn Meyer.
Mathewitz gives it inside to the aforementioned Meyer. She spins around, and she might be hitting it on the offensive game tonight, Paul.
She decided to flip the switch. She doesn't want to play defense this time. She'll play offense. All right.
Hey, we'll take it either way.
I'm okay with it. I won't complain.
Yep, 19-6. The Jackrabbits still lead. On the wing now, Langben gives it over now. Frenzel. Dump off, and now finds its way to Frenzel again. A three-pointer, misses the basket entirely. Callie Tyson brings it down, who's in for the Jacks, and somehow it ends up in the hands of Amber Scala. She puts it up and gets some contact. A foul going to be on Mathewitz.
Yeah, there's a little bit of misdirection by the Jacks. Tyson, well, even in the huddle, I could see her mouth. I'm a bad lip reader, but you could tell she was saying, "My fault, my bad, guys." Trying to get the ball out a little too fast to her teammates. Ended up out of control, picked up by St. Thomas, able to convert, send him to the line.
And Scala knocks the first one down. 684 free throw percentage coming in. She makes good on her first attempt, 19-7. Second one also good. As a team, they are 6th in the Summit League in free throws. 19-8. Mathewitz up top, gives it to Timmer, left side, cutting. Decides to stop inside the paint, and just a little gimme right there. 21-8, 2:12 left in the first. And a whistle in the front court for the Tommies.
Ball ended up in the front, or in the lap of the VIP seats.
I still think we should do a game from over there one time.
I'd be okay with it.
Yep. Greenwood. Nope, excuse me. That's going to be Nygaard inside to Scala. That little connection has been good so far. Scala seems to be finding a rhythm. Paige Meyer now on the opposite end, gives it to Mathewitz inside Tyson. Foul going to be on the aforementioned Scala.
I think that was a pretty easy call to make, too. Just in that specific instance, Tyson kind of was going up for the ball, got a little bit of an extra boost, vertical boost, as she was grabbed around the waist.
Yeah, well, Callie Tyson makes good on her first attempt. She's 6:23 from the line so far this year, and Maya Sellen coming back in for the Jacks. And the second one bounces around and goes down good as well. 23-10, the Jackrabbits are now in the bonus. $1:44 left to go in the first period. Driving inside, going to be Langben. Some more contact. And another foul now, this time on Brooklyn Meyer.
Yeah, she couldn't believe it after the foul was called. She kind of turned to Aaron Johnson. He goes, "Calm down, it's okay, it was a good play." They just saw something that maybe wasn't there, or a little too aggressive maybe. He's not worried about it. Brooklyn shouldn't be either.
Langben can't get her first one to go. Interestingly enough, has a 70% from the free throw line. Misses the second one as well. 0 for 2, 23-10. I'll get down to a minute and a half. Tyson hands off. Selland, pump fake. Looked like she tripped up a little bit there, so that's why she didn't drive the lane. Still finds itself in there though. Tyson spinning around, can't get it to go. Brought down and ripped away by Gabby Johnson. Coming down now is Scala. Over left to Opichka. Dribbling with the right hand, just a little bit over 1 minute left to play in the first. Bounce pass, that was a nice play. Give it to Nygaard, just couldn't get the finish on it. Meyer now back the opposite way. Mathewitz gets it tipped away. Selland still comes down with it. Nice vision inside. Gives it to Tyson, and she gets the foul.
Tyson was definitely had a mismatch down there in the paint. Great job to find her. Gabby Johnson picked up on the coverage. 5'8" guard trying to guard Tyson. Not one you're going to win too often. 6'1" on 5'8".
Yep, Gabby Johnson, that 5'8" sophomore guard, gets her first foul, and Tyson makes good on the and one conversion.
Height's not everything, but it certainly does help in the game of basketball.
Definitely. 26-10. Ticking under a minute now, down to about 48 seconds. Left side, Johnson gives it up to the point. Now inside, Lamker can't get anything to go. Kicks it back out, left side, Johnson. Again, Lamker fights her way down the lane and can't get it to finish. So much work for pretty much no payout.
Yeah, Brooklyn Meyer was the one in the way there.
I don't have experience, but I would imagine it's pretty hard to work your way down and post on her.
Yeah, I don't play post either. I'm a shooting guard at best.
Yeah, I'm kind of small here. 26-10. Paige Meyer dribbling it near the Jackrabbit script. Now they hit it. Hit the gas, going spinning around up top. Tyson driving inside. 5-4 on the game clock. Almost got a shot clock violation, but I think that's exactly what the Jackrabbits wanted to do there. Waste as much time, get done with the first period, and move on into the second with a lot of momentum, I would say.
10-26. 10-26. St. Thomas hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes. Definitely Jackrabbits have the momentum here.
Yep, well, it's the end of the first period, 26-10. We'll go ahead and step aside. We'll be back in 1 minute here on KSDJ Radio, 90.7 FM. (26-10). After the first period, the Jackrabbits with a pretty decent lead on St. Thomas. Leading scorers for both teams so far: Haley Timmer with 6 for the Jackrabbits, Amber Scala and Joe Langben, both with 4 points for the St. Thomas Tommies.
Yeah, Maya Selland was 7, Haley Timmer was 6, Holly Tyson 5. Jackrabbits not spreading it around as, both teams are keeping it kind of close to the pocket. Players are about even for points on both teams, just the Jacks is a lot higher, a lot better.
Well, 10 more minutes left to go in the first half, 26-10. Get things started with a front court inbound for St. Thomas. Hill tries to get it over Gilton. Does so, but gets the ball straight back. Now finally dumps it off to Lamker again. Trying to cut in on the right side on Selland, spinning around. Ball gets ping-ponged around, picked up by Selland again. Now a dump off Gilton inside the lane to Timmer. Nice transition points, I should say. A basket's worth 2 in this game of American basketball. International basketball too, who am I kidding? Some contact here on the left side of the court. These players end up on the ground.
Be the seventh turnover here, or 8th turnover for St. Thomas More, turning into the 4th assist for Jackrabbits with 1 on Gilton. 1 for Gilton, rather, I should say. It's not fouls. Assists aren't on people.
Technically, yeah. Another foul going to be called. Jade Hill going to get her first personal, second team. And inbound to Gilton. Selland at the top, now Nelson. Stopping inside Burkhardt. Can't get it to go too hard off the glass. That would have been a beauty, though.
Wide open off the pick and roll. Both players went high on the screen, and Dayton Burkhardt just was probably too open in the paint, maybe.
A little bit of contact. Gilton successfully draws the foul as she slides backwards on her backside.
That'll be the 3rd team foul for St. Thomas More. Well on their way.
Of this second
period that we've been playing for just over a minute. So well on the way to sending the Jacks back to the bonus as Timmer drives down, passes it off to Tori Nelson in the left lane, puts it in with a left-handed floater for 2.
Yeah, these Jackrabbits are just finding ways to score the bucket. and that's all you can ask here.
You always say that the basketball's a game of runs, but like this just kind of seems to be one big run.
and that's how it could work.
Every once in a while, St. Thomas More says something, puts a basket in, but it's not affecting a whole lot.
20-point lead for the Jackrabbits, 8.5 minutes left to go in the second. Long inbound up top to Selland, now finds Timmer on the left, and a big pass a tall pass. There you go, I'm trying to find my adjective here. Selland inside the lane, gets the bucket and the foul.
Another team foul for St. Thomas More here. 4 in the quarter that we've been playing for not even 2 minutes after we came back from break.
Selland going to be going to the line in for the Tommies. Jordan Glynn.
Surprisingly enough, with all the fouls that have been called in this game, this is Maya Selland's first trip to the free throw line where she hits the first shot. And the only shot, I suppose.
Yep, and 1. It's all right. We forget things. 33-10. I honestly forgot that it was an and 1, too. That's why I was looking at my computer screen when it happened. On the left side now in, Jordan Glynn inside. Spinning around is Lamker. Can't get that one to go. Feet up, Nelson, kick out, Selland. 4-3.
Her second attempt at a three-pointer and her second make.
2 for 2 from 3, and Maya Selland has 13 points. Another timeout for St. Thomas, and it's only going to be a 30. So we'll go ahead and keep it here. I think it's going to be a 30. I mean, they're going to be doing a game here.
Bringing out the first Bank and Trust putting challenge.
TV took a timeout. I don't know. They signaled 30, but
Midcoast got an ad flag. Well,
we'll just keep it here anyway.
We'll watch the putting challenge. Just about 2 or 3 inches off of the $100 hole. Takes the easy shot at the $50 hole.
You know, see, this is how you practice good play-by-play, Paul.
Well, it's interesting too, because the last time I saw the putting challenge, the guy took all 3 shots. Took him all 3 shots. and he ended up hitting the $100 hole, which you almost never see. I don't think I've ever seen that happen here yet.
Yeah.
In 5 years.
5 years is a long time, man.
You make me feel old.
That's my only objective here, man.
It's like seeing the freshmen this year when you see they're from 2004, some of them.
I was born in 2003.
Oh, yeah, my brother was too, but still, that extra reference, extra year makes it feel like it's so much worse.
Oh, man.
It makes you feel so much older. Get up in the morning, my knees crack. I went to the wellness center the other day, my knees hurt for like 3 days.
Well, I'm glad I could do it for you, man. I'm glad I could do it for you.
Going back into some game stats here as we come out of the putting challenge. Teams are getting ready to enter the floor to play. St. Thomas More is 4 of 13 from the field, a cool 30.8%. I'm not doing that math in my head. It's given to me, the percentage. 2 of 4 from the free throw line, and they've taken 3 3-pointers and hit none of them. South Dakota State on the other side, 14 of 20 for 70% from the field. Hit both their 3-pointers from Maya Selland and 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 75%.
Yeah, Maya Selland has 13 points and 3 rebounds. She averages more than 16 points and 6 rebounds per game. And so she's already well over halfway of doing that just in the first half alone.
And she's still on the floor.
Gilton on the right side now after the tip away is stolen away by the Jackrabbits. Spinning around up back to the half-court line. Now gives it to Nelson. Madison Velostin in there, number 22. Getting a lot of different players in there, and why not? Good experience for him. Maya Selland, another 3-ball coming from the left baseline.
16 points for Maya Selland so far in the game, and we still have almost 7 minutes to go in the first half.
That's that 16 I was talking about, man. Gives it inside, Opichka. Spinning around and fade away. Down to Burkhardt now, gives it up to Gilton. In transition, Velostin cuts inside, out to Selland, another 3, and she gets her first 3-ball miss of the night.
Well, you keep feeding the hot hand until it's, I'm not going to say it's cold yet.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's cold yet.
It's definitely, what's above lukewarm?
It's warm. It's warm for sure. Opichka. Up top now, Scala. Inside is Lamker. Lays it in and good.
Beautiful bounce pass. Thread the needle between among 3 Jackrabbit players. Able to get the nice right-handed layup off the right block.
Whistle down low. Going to be on Jordan Lamker. It's going to be her second personal, 5th team foul. And with 6 minutes left to go in the second period, we are again in the bonus for the Jackrabbits. Gilton and Selland coming out. Paige Meyer coming in, and I do think that is Callie Tyson, I do believe.
Yep.
So, Burkhardt at the line.
Get some of the younger members a little bit more experience playing in Frost Arena. Crowd's not completely full, but pretty good for a Thursday night.
Absolutely. Burkhardt, the second, goes 2 for 2 on that trip. 41-12, ticking down. Now we're at 6 minutes left to go in the second. Autumn Mendez from St. Paul, Minnesota, the transfer from San Jose State. The whistle called with the ball in her hand. Foul going to be on Paige Meyer, her first, and the first team foul of this period for the yellow and blue. Now to inbound, gives it to Scala. Handoff finds its way to Mendez. Left side, Glynn. Pump fakes the pass. Now up top, a 3-ball from Scala. Pinballed around, brought down by Tyson, who spins and gives it to Meyer.
Remain imperfect from 3-point range, 0 of 4.
Imperfect would be the perfect word for it. 41-12, the Jackrabbits with the big lead so far. Burkhardt can't get the little gimme shot. Now back the opposite way, the purple, gray, and white. Outright side, Glynn gives it inside, spinning around, and putting the bucket in is Langben.
Burkhart thought she had the steal, just timed it a little bit off, maybe about half a second or less. She would have had that steal, forced another jump ball.
Velostin on the left side arc. Burkhart up top. Tyson and finds its way down on the baseline to Meyer. Finds its way to Nelson now at the point. Burkhart on the left. Shot clock at 11. Velostin takes the 3-ball and swishes it. But the basket will not count as a foul coming down from Joe Langben. Her third, team's sixth. Yeah, they haven't put the 6 up there yet. I was like, I think it's the 6th.
Yep. And I'm signaling to you in sign language too, so 6 looks like 3.
Yeah.
If you're not sign language fluent. I'm also not sign language fluent. I just got 1 through 10 down.
Yeah. Tyson makes true on both of her attempts. 42-14. 4:40 left to go in the second. Dribbling is Hill. Now gives it left. Kind of shadowing the point to Nygaard. Bounce pass inside Lamker. Gave it away. Nygaard couldn't get the finish on that. Some contact and a foul going to be on Tyson.
St. Thomas looks like they were running almost the same play that they did the last time they got a basket, with that cutter coming down the right lane, bounce pass inside. Just a different outcome this time. First time a basket, second time foul, which according to Russell Westbrook, it's just as good as a bucket. However, this time not the case.
If you can make the free throws.
Because, he missed the first free throw.
And Nygaard is the best free throw shooter coming into this game, 36 for 39. Scored a career-high 28 points in the 77-75 loss against Western Illinois. And she's bested her career high in 7 games this year already. Tyson bounces. She gets it to go. Gets the assist with Brooklyn Meyer. The Jacks up again, 44-15 now.
5 of their last 7 for the Jacks.
Hill driving left lane. Stood up at the basket. Meyer gives it to Meyer. The Brooklyn Meyer to Paige Meyer connection. Passes it off to Tyson, and a little bit of a contact underneath the basket.
A little down low, tried to drive hard by the Jacks, met by a brick wall. Unfortunately for St. Thomas, that brick wall also has arms. You can't hit the arms. I don't know where I was going with that.
Tyson at the line, puts up and good. 5 for 6 so far. Makes that 6 for 7. 46-15.
She's not quite to the team lead in points yet, just because Myasound has 16, but she's working her way there. 7 points.
She's getting there. Good basket coming from Jordan Glynn and the Tommies. 46-17. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Velostin, right wing, gives it to Meyer at the point. Now Timmer, left side, inside. Brooklyn Meyer, now Paige Meyer at the top, gets tipped away into the St. Thomas bench. Saved from going behind them even more.
The way they're running this offense makes me think that Aaron Johnson says, no, shoot clock. We're not looking to shoot points here. Because the Jacks have passed up a couple wide open threes.
Shot clock at 1. The last second shot coming, was that Paige Meyer or Brooklyn Meyer?
Paige. the shorter of the two.
The shorter of the two. I just couldn't. I saw Brooklyn running back. I was like, did she pull up or was it Paige? But was Paige. 48-17. The Jackrabbits playing pretty darn good tonight.
Yeah, Aaron Johnson kind of shook his head and threw up his hands as he walked away after Paige hit that buzzer beater mid-ranger. Not what he had drawn up for them or the way he saw that play working out, but
you can't complain too much.
You can't be too mad. Point. No, your team has hit 6 of their last 8 and they're up 17-48.
And I get it. We're on the downhill slope to the conference tournament. You want to get everything sharpened up right so you can go to that eventually. And if you do qualify for the NCAA tournament, you can play those bigger schools and be able to make a deep run into it. But you can't be too upset about this.
Yeah, you don't want to be too sloppy.
And he's not upset about this. I just want to clarify that. I'm just saying. Got to be happy.
Right, it's just not how he drew it up.
Misses the first, knocks the second. As Glynn was at the line. So a couple of replacements coming in for St. Thomas, as now the two big guns, Drew Gilton and Maya Sellen, back in for the Jacks. Gilton up on top. Timmer inside Sellen. Now Brooklyn Meyer gets it poked away.
It's a good pass from Maya Sellen from the left elbow down to Brooklyn Meyer on the right block. Ball was just kept a little too high, maybe a little too far behind the head of Brooklyn to be an effective shot. Gave the look to the defender, able to knock it out of bounds.
Sellen inside to Brooklyn Meyer. Gets a lucky bounce.
They go right back to her after the block shot.
Yeah.
Puts it back in, redeems herself.
I mean, excellent. That lucky bounce, too, from the left basket.
Ball gets tipped, looks like by Drew Gilton. Ball will stay down on this side of the floor, this side being the left side, St. Thomas's offensive side.
I catch myself doing that, too. It's like this side. Well, they can't see, Brayden. Inside Lamker. Dump off to Scala. She gets two. Gilton now dribbling between her two hands. Down to 2 minutes left to go in the second. 50-20, a 30-point lead. A couple of girls fall down inside the paint, and St. Thomas comes up with the ball. Kind of weird pass. It finally finds its way back to Scala. Now to Lamker. Shadowing the point, back at Scala, and now right side Mendez for three. Pulling that out of nowhere, man.
23-50. They're coming back. Don't worry about it.
Minute and a half left to go, and Gilton decides to try her hand at a three ball. Bounces off, but Sellen's right there for the board. She grabs her fourth.
15 on the shot clock now.
Meyer gets it in. Brooklyn Meyer off the feed from Gilton at the point.
8 points in the contest for Brooklyn now. Most of them coming down low, especially from that right block.
Buck 2 left to go in the second. The final minute of play for the first half coming up. Mendez shadowing the point at the top. Gives it inside. Lamker, nice feed in, and a nice roll to get two.
Caught the Jacks kind of on the switch. Both Brooklyn and Maya came out to guard the shooter. Gets the inside pass. Gilton unable to roll over soon enough to get on the help side defense.
Timmer pulls out a three from her back pocket. I suppose basketball shorts don't really have pockets, but you get what I'm saying.
It's a yeah.
It's a metaphor. 55-25. Shorts in general don't have back pockets. I almost said back pocket. That would have almost been worse.
Well, they're not cargo shorts.
Nope, they're
That'd
not.
be even more pockets.
Exactly. Knee guard dribbling up. Shot clock at 10. Inside. Spinning around is Lamker. Found a way to get it to Frenzel. Now coming back hard. 5 seconds. Sellen on the right side. Stopping. Up top. Timmer gets it off in time. Knocks it down for the exclamation point on an excellent first half by the South Dakota State women's basketball team. 58-25 at halftime. You're listening to Jackrabbit Women's Basketball on KSDJ Radio 90.7 FM. We're going to step aside for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll take a look at some stats, some scores around the world of basketball, more specifically the Summit League, and get you set up for half number 2. Again, we'll be back here in 2 minutes right here on KSDJ. 58-25 the score here in Frost Arena on the campus of beautiful South Dakota State University in the beautiful city of Brookings. And man, we got another baby crawl here. I think we're gonna have one more after this. This is one of the best things ever. I don't even care. This is adorable.
Well, the last time that I was here for a game, they had the baby crawl going. All right, I'm getting too involved in baby crawl, man. I was watching it. Baby in lane 5 sat there for most of the time, and then the last minute and a half just booked it, dead sprinted almost to the finish line to take the win. Upset victory from Baby in lane number 5. I'm getting too involved in Baby really. I
know, right? Maybe we should have held the break until after. 58-25, about 11 and a half minutes left to go in the halftime period. Paul, you got some stats for us? Or?
I got some stats and then also some other interesting pieces of information.
Please do tell.
I did some research after our pocket conversation from Under Armour, because Under Armour is the sponsor of South Dakota State. Haven't given me any shoes yet, but that contract negotiation is underway. Under Armour does indeed sell cargo shorts. This is not an ad by any means, but if Under Armour wants to throw me some money, I suppose I'll take it, a sponsorship. Under Armour does indeed sell cargo shorts, not maybe what you're thinking for cargo shorts, typical cargo shorts. They sell it with zippers down the sides, what you would expect normal cargo short pockets to be. Zippers there instead to make it more of that athletic cut. And they also have a more typical cargo short sold by Cabela's, which tells you I don't think Jackrabbit Athletics is shopping there.
Yeah, probably not.
Back to the game at hand anyway. Looking at St. Thomas stats for the first half, they have a couple ties for total points, point leaders, tied with 6 points apiece. Joe Langben and Amber Scalia with 6 points. Langben with 3 of 4 from the field, has not attempted a three-pointer and has missed 2 free throws at the line. Scalia also has 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field, has tried 1 three-pointer missed, and has made 2 free throws. There's one lone player from St. Thomas with 4 points, Jordan Lamker, 2 of 5 from the field, and that turns into 4 points pretty easily. And then in that third spot for scoring for St. Thomas, 2 players tied with 3 points each, Maggie Nygaard and Autumn Mendez. Nygaard, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from three-point, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Mendez is 1 of 1 from the field, and it was a three-pointer. Pretty easy math to see how that turns into 3 points. As a team, St. Thomas is shooting 10 of 23 from the field, 43.5% total. 1 of 5 from three-point range, 20%. Easy math there. And also easy math, 4 of 8 from the free throw line for 50%. As a team, they have 10 total turnovers and 8 assists. SDSU has taken those 10 turnovers and converted them into 15 points on offense. Moving on to the South Dakota State side of stats. It should come as no surprise who the point leader is for South Dakota State. She's been sitting for a lot of the second quarter just because she has so many points and is so efficient. Maya Sellen, 14 and a half minutes, give or take. She has 16 points on 6 of 7 shooting from the field, 3 of 4 from three-point range, and she has made 1 free throw and attempted 1 free throw. The next leading scorer for the Jacks, Haley Timmer, with 14, has hit all 6 from the field, 6 of 6, 2 of them three-pointers, and has yet to attempt a free throw tonight. Kelly Tyson and Brooklyn Meyer are each tied at 8 points to take on the third spot for Jackrabbit scoring tonight. Tyson is 1 of 3 from the field, but 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Brooklyn Meyer gets her points the other way, shooting 4 of 6 from the field and has yet to attempt a three-pointer or a free throw. As a team, the Jackrabbits are shooting 67.7% from the field. That equates to 21 of 31 from the field. Of those 31 shots, 7 of them were three-pointers, where they have hit 5 of them. 5 of 7 for 71.4% from 3. And to go along with the total fouls from St. Thomas, 13 total personal fouls. In the game, Jackrabbits have shot 11 free throws and hit 11 of them, 78.6%. Jackrabbits as a team have been playing a pretty clean game, committing only 2 turnovers. St. Thomas has turned those 2 turnovers into 5 total points, and the Jackrabbits have a fantastic turnover ratio, 2 turnovers to 12 assists. Scoring by a quarter here, St. Thomas More had 10 in the first quarter, SDSU had 26. And to end off the first half, St. Thomas More had 15, South Dakota had 32. Combined, St. Thomas More first quarter and second quarter combined for a total of 25 total points. South Dakota State combines for a total of 58. South Dakota playing a fantastic game here, holding St. Thomas More to only 25 points. In their last outing when they played USD, they held their opponent to an even 50. And by 50, of course, I meant to say 30. So they're playing a much better defensive game against St. Thomas More, holding them to only 25, 5 points fewer than their in-state rival.
All right, that's a lot. Thank you for that. You saved me from talking a whole bunch.
Time to drink some water.
Exactly. Take a break, bud. We've got about 6 minutes left till we get things rolling for the second half. We'll take another 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at some scores around the Summit League and the world of college basketball. You're listening to Jackrabbit Women's Basketball on KSDJ Radio 90.7. Welcome back here to Brookings, South Dakota. 58-25 is the score. South Dakota State with a lot of momentum going into halftime and coming into the second half. Looking forward to a great second half from the Jackrabbits clad in yellow and blue. It's time to take a look now at some scores from around the Summit League. We'll start off with the men's basketball games. Currently at halftime over in St. Paul, St. Thomas currently beating South Dakota State 32-29. Zeke Mayo, the leader there, with 11 points so far for South Dakota State. At halftime as well, Omaha beating Kansas City 25-23. And Oral Roberts beating Denver 43-39. Now this is of note, Western Illinois 75-72 over in Macomb. They beat South Dakota. So SDSU will be making that trip from St. Paul to Macomb on Saturday and taking them on. And Western Illinois seems to be heating up a little bit here as of late. As the Maz does good things again. He was Scott Van Pelt's best thing he saw that day a couple of days ago, getting the school record for points scored in a game. Now he hit a last-minute three-pointer to win the game. Now switching gears, here's the women's scores. South Dakota currently up pretty big over Western Illinois, 41-26. Just a reminder, South Dakota State beat South Dakota pretty handedly, and they are playing.
Yeah, that was.
And they are playing Western Illinois on Saturday.
That was quite a beatdown, South Dakota versus South Dakota State.
With 7 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third period, Oral Roberts beating Denver 60-50, and also at halftime, Kansas City beating Omaha 35-28. 58-25 here at halftime. 1 minute left. St. Thomas back out on the floor. Paul, any last minute observations that you would want to give the fine people of KSDJ land?
I don't know what kind of a second half we're really going to be looking at here. There's not competitive. Is that the maybe the politest way to put this so far?
Probably. 58-25. A lot of momentum going into the half as well with the last second Haley Timmer three.
Just how they drew it up.
Just to launch themselves. Like not only are they jumping into the second half, they're using one of those trampoline jump pads that they use in gymnastics, and they're diving in, dude.
Well, I think I saw him put on some rocket boots too for that one. No?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm not that observant.
I'm just trying to contribute to the metaphor.
Can you tell we have a good time here?
I just work here, man.
You just work here, huh?
I volunteer here. Never mind.
Yeah. I work here. 58-25. Fresh 10 minutes set up on the clock now. Once again, the Jackrabbits in their home all-white uniforms with yellow and blue trim, blue numerals with yellow borders around them. St. Thomas in their away purple uniforms with gray trim and white numerals. Yeah. Still a pretty decent crowd on hand, showing out and supporting for their Jackrabbits.
Especially with the weather, the way it has been recently. It's been nice, but then today was kind of...
It's chilly out there.
20 degrees, I think, at tip-off when I looked.
Yep, and it's going to keep getting colder. Hate to break it to you. Timmer at the point. Nelson now gives it inside to Burkhardt. He misses the mark a little bit. I'm not sure if Gilton couldn't get there in time or if Burkhardt couldn't get the pass on target, but it went into the Jackrabbit bench.
Yeah, some of those are ex-players, but none of them are current players on the bench where they hit it.
Yeah.
Where they hit.
58-25. Yep, there are some assistant coaches, director of operations, sitting on the edge there.
Mm-hmm. Just the third turnover for the Jacks so far.
9.5 minutes left to go. Hill on the right side driving the baseline. Can't get it around the basket. It hit the side of the glass. Now feet ahead up. Timmer standing at the right wing. Stopping in the middle of the lane. Reversing it to the other way. Just couldn't get enough oomph under it. Ball ping-pongs around and a whistle. And it's going to be a foul on Drew Gilton. A push.
Took him a second to get the call in here. Ball will be inbounded from the far sideline.
First team foul, and I do believe first foul for Gilton this game, if I do remember correctly, and I do.
Memory of a steel trap. Wait.
Hill gives it right side now to Glynn. Bounces to the cutting knee guard. Backing up, still dribbling. Goes around on Langben and gets it inside to her. Puts up an absolute prayer as she's falling down backwards. The ball finds its way to Maya Selland. Selland currently with 16 points for the team and game high. Gives it inside to Burkhardt, spinning around, gets it good off the glass, and Burkhardt is one of 3 players to average double-digit points with 11.3 points per game. She only has 5 right now, or is it 3? It is 3, isn't it?
It's 5.
No, it's 5. Okay, mine is
the
slower than yours.
Well, mine updated as you were saying it.
Okay, got it. 60 to 25. Yeah, Burkhardt not getting near her average so far, but that doesn't mean she can't turn it on in the second half.
Well, maybe she just doesn't need to try as much right now. The scoreboard more than doubled up.
You're completely right.
Effort is optional almost at this point.
Potentially. 60 to 25, Hill driving inside on the right, and again, that's like the final one of the trio of bad shots that have been taken by Tommies.
Kind of drove into the chest of Burkhardt to get the shot off. Drawing the foul be Burkhardt's first personal foul, Jack's second team foul.
First free throw from Hill, not gonna go. Coming into this game shooting 75%. And the second one, that one goes in.
Pep Band's doing all they can to try and affect the shots here now.
The Pep Band are doing Pep Band things.
Well, I know who's doing that noise too. So.
I'm sure you do. Gilton bounces inside, Selland backdoor, lay in for 2.
What's that supposed to mean?
I plead the 5th.
Right.
Just because I'm a radio announcer doesn't mean I have to say things. 62 to 26. Hill on the right elbow. Dribbles up to the point, stops, looking for somewhere to bounce it off to. Gives it to Langben, and whistle underneath. Selland gets on the ground, gets helped up by Joe Langben.
I'm not sure if that was an acting job by Maya Selland or if the force really was that impactful to knock her to the ground.
Yeah, either way, she gets the call.
Yeah.
Langben gets the St. Thomas.
Looks like they're going to walk over here to the bench, the sideline.
Yep, and they're going to go ahead and review it.
Make sure it actually was enough contact for a foul.
And I think that's good. It keeps the integrity of the game.
We'll take a look as we wait for the replay to show up. The graphic for Howl for a foul by Buffalo Wild Wings. It's put up if St. Thomas misses 2 consecutive free throws here. If you have the Jackrabbit app, you can go to Buffalo Wild Wings and get 6 free wings tomorrow. I keep an eye on it. The Pet Band that's one of their most favorite things to watch.
Why wouldn't it be, man?
As I say, the Jackrabbit app, we're going to both open up our Jackrabbit app and check in for points.
You got to do it, man. You got to do it. 62-26, reciprocals of each other, and it looks like they've came to a conclusion. Here as the referees will get together after looking at the video board. The SDSU Pet Band goes off and does their thing. They're loud.
Just the way we like it. When it's a close game, they'll angle the horns down and everybody starts playing into the huddle. The last game I was here for, the opponent's bench got all the way out to the right wing, top of the key almost, just to try and avoid the noise. It's fun. Still no signal one way or another that I've seen at least.
Yeah, no. I think this means that they're just going to go ahead and keep it.
Aaron Johnston doesn't look too distressed by the officials' news.
Yep, so they are going to keep it the way it was. Selland to inbound it now.
Just got to make sure they got the right call.
And I appreciate that.
St. Thomas sets up in a press defense.
7.5 minutes, now down to 7:20. Gilton dribbles across the timeline. Stops. Now to Sellen, now Timmer. At the point, Nelson left side. Bounces inside Sellen, spin around. Side irons off, and foul going to be Ali Daig. Daigi, I do believe that is how that is pronounced. Maybe it's Daig. Not sure. The pronunciation.
Daigi?
Says what I do believe is Daigi, but Selland at the line. Knocks the first one down. And knocks the second one down. 64-26. Maya Selland 4 for 4 now.
20 points in the game for her so far. She's still got 17 minutes to play. Potentially. She probably won't play the whole 17.
Potentially. Shot clock down to 15. Hill out at the top. Driving left side. Finds its way off the back iron. Pagemeyer now driving up the far sideline. Burkhardt gives to Nelson. Now Selland. And Timmer. Fights away, falls down while she's trying to drive. And the foul going to be on Jordan Glynn, as Autumn Mendez will come in for Ellie Daigi.
Third team foul. St. Thomas. They started off the quarter really slow for fouls, and now it's starting to pick it up a little bit, over eclipsing South Dakota's team fouls.
Jade Hill coming the opposite way after a blocked shot off the quick inbound. Hill driving on the right side. Burkhardt gets the board. Stops and dumps off to Meyer, who hits the Jets now. Spins around, one-headed pass. Burkhardt for Trey. Crowd tells you what happened. Three-pointer for Burkhardt, 67-26.
8 points for Burkhardt. Once it updates, it'll confirm my math. 7-0 run for the Jackrabbits over the last minute and a half or so.
Nygaard gets it into Lamker. Nothing doing there. Selling back the other way once again. Had a lane, or so she thought. It finds its way into the Jackrabbits' hands again. Nelson can't finish on it.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that that's not the way they thought that play was go, but great hustle by Maya Selland. After losing control, hits the deck and tips it out to her teammate, who finds Tori Nelson down low. Unable to convert on the shot, but gets fouled to the line. Option to add some more points to her total.
Nelson with 5 points now after the first make. 1 for 1 on the evening so far. And that one bounces around, no good. 1 for 2 with those 5 points. Driving left, Maggie Nygaard gets it to Lamker. And the shot won't go. The Jackrabbits again. Coming back now. Dump off to Tyson. Gets it to Selland. Baseline driving is Nelson, and a nice reverse lay-in by Tyson, picking up the slack.
It's going to look like Tyson picked it up off the glass, off the board, but I'm going to choose to believe that was a lob pass for Tyson, able to grab it and put it in, completely uncontested.
And the basket is good for Tyson. She converts the and one, and the Jacks are in the bonus once again. 5 total team fouls for St. Thomas, with Jade Hill dribbling near the half-court logo. Now a handoff and back to the point to Nygaard. Bounces it to Lamker. Shot clock at 11, and again a 3-ball taken, this time by Nygaard. And foul going to be on Pagemeyer. As a timeout called on the floor. 71-28, we step aside here on KSDJ. Glad to have you along with us. We'll be back here in 1 minute from Frost Arena. Glad to have you along with us here on KSDJ, 71-28. Headed into the third period. Braden Byers alongside Paul Munson. Thank you for joining us on this chilly Thursday evening.
Just like we predicted, or unlike we predicted actually, temperatures, according to the Apple weather app, says 22 outside with a snow advisory. Snow for the next hour.
How much do you trust Apple?
Well, I'm not a thermometer. That sounds like a discussion for a different time.
A different time, huh? Not when they're inbounding the ball? What? Glenn gives it to Nygaard at the point. Now to the right side to Hill. Signaling to her teammate to come forward. A screen set by Lamker. Now Hill gives it right side to Glenn. Shot clock at 4, driving the baseline. Bounces into Lamker, can't corral it, and a shot clock violation. As Lamker got stuck down low, great defense for the Jackrabbits.
With that shot clock violation, that pushes St. Thomas to 12 total turnovers for the game so far, with still 14 and a half minutes to play.
71-28. Quickly stolen away by Lamker. She tried to get it up, and a foul going to be brought down by Paige Meyer.
Be her third personal foul. Team's fourth.
Lamker misses the first. 0 for 1 so far. She has 6 points. 58% free throw shooter on the season. She knocks the second one through, 50% for tonight. So far, at least.
Still plenty of basketball left to play.
Stolen away again. Hill gets it to go, and the Tommies have seemed to have found a little bit of a weakness.
5 turnovers for the Jacks here recently, or total, 2 recently.
Meyer dribbling, gives it inside to Tyson. She loses it now, and it's picked up by Lamker, given ahead to Hill. Hill stopping, and now it's stolen away. Maddie Velostin stops, feet ahead up to Paige Meyer. Meyer stops inside to Tyson, spinning around. A foul called, much to the chagrin of the SDSU faithful.
Far referee making the call too. Maybe she had a good angle on it, but.
Amy Kromenhoek on the call. Currently not a fan favorite.
Jackrabbits have 4 turnovers in the last minute and a half.
And I do believe for the first time in this ball game, both teams are in the bonus here in the third period. Hill, right perimeter, driving the baseline, side irons off, and another whistle. They're not letting any flow happen in this game.
Aaron Johnson's had enough of it.
Yeah, just a lot of stop and go, and that can be really aggravating for a coach and players to just not be able to get into a groove and a rhythm, being able to go back and forth. Hill at the line, misses the first one.
Johnson takes advantage of the stoppage in play, pulls out his point guard, Paige Meyer, subs in Tori Nelson. Pulls out Paige because she has 4 fouls. Picked up a couple really quickly towards the end.
Indeed, and I think that's a good play there. 71-32, 3.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Lost into inbound for SDSU. Inside now coming up is Tori Nelson. Keeps herself in bounds, but the ball's dead. Bounces behind her to Tyson, who drives to the basket and gets fouled in the process. That's what I call making something out of nothing, the blocking foul.
Really good offense by the Jacks. Ball movement to get the ball from the cursive Jackrabbits logo on the far sideline down under the basket to one of their centers. Able to get the shot off. Puts up the first free throw, front iron, back iron.
7 for 9 so far on the night for Callie Tyson. She's taken a lot of shots from the charity stripe. And then she'll stay at 7 for 10 with 11 points for Tyson. Hill Gives it right side to Deji. Out to Hill again for three. Side iron off. Bounced on the back iron and brought down by Nelson.
That was Brooklyn Myers' Hall of Fame Intimidator badge right there, coming out on the shot, block shot.
Nelson inside. Brooklyn Meyer, too hard, but gets contact. Foul on Deji. With a transfer from North Dakota State.
Only one starter for the Jacks on the floor right now. St. Thomas has 3 from the beginning of the game.
Brooklyn Meyer misses her first, still stays at 8 points. 0 for 1 on the night. And she misses that one as well.
Tyson tries to get in the way and knock it off of Glenn. Down the baseline. Stepped on the baseline as she tried to do it. Ball will go.
71-32, 2:45 left to go in the third. And some more contact on the other end. And it is just whistle after whistle after whistle after whistle, man.
Yeah, this one will be called on Mathewitz for a contact driving down the right lane. I believe it'll be her first, 5th team foul.
A miss coming from Hill. And the second one, she knocks that one down. 1 for 2 on that trip. Gonna have 7 points. Nelson corrals it as she crosses the timeline. Near the Jackrabbit script on the far sideline. Mathewitz up near the SD logo. Meyer now gives it to Tyson and a long pass. Gonna go into the crowd.
Tori cutting down from the right wing, coming down towards the right lane. Her center not on the same page. Pass looked like it might have even been a little high even if Tori had stayed out there.
Now the starters coming back in. 71-33, 2:22 left in the third. Deji finds the ball all the way over to Scala. Driving is Hill, and again another whistle. On the arm is going to be the call.
This one on Tori Nelson, her first.
Just cannot get a rhythm. It's stoppage after stoppage, man.
It'll be the Jacks' 8th team foul. Refs are calling a really tight game, not allowing a lot of extra contact. And the players really aren't taking advantage of it.
Second free throw good by Hill. Inbound to Gilton. Now she gives it back to Selland. Steps up, Burkhardt. Dribbling on the left. Up top, Nelson. Now right wing, Gilton and Selland. Cuts inside the paint, out to Nelson. 3 ball on the left, too hard. Comes out and falls down to Scalia. Gives to Hill once again. The leading scorer for the Tommies with 8. Poked away, now brought down by Selland. Dribbling, Timmer. Shadowing the point, spins around, gives it to Burkhardt, who is at the point. Now gives it Nelson, right side. Waiting for Gilton, comes in, the nice feed and go ahead points.
Breaks a 6-0 run held by St. Thomas over the last 3 minutes. SJSU finally has an answer, 6-2 run here.
73-34, the Jackrabbits have got to look for a way to get some more momentum going into the fourth to make sure that they maintain this huge lead that they have. Just over a minute left to go, driving right side, Scalia. She gets that one to go. 73-36 now.
Certainly it would be a feat for St. Thomas to come back and make this game tight down the stretch, but they're playing like they want it.
It is really unrealistic, but you can't let this slip away from you. You need to still establish your dominance. Stuff just like that, the feed inside to Burkhardt underneath the basket, and she gets the 2-pointer. 75-36 now. The shot clock at 23, the game clock at 30. at least 2 more possessions in this game. Right side, gonna be Scalia. Gives it inside. Lamker. Nothing doing there. Shot clock at 4.
Gilton gets in there, gets some hand fighting going on, knocks the ball away. Starters stay in.
Yep, St. Thomas will retain possession. The clock's at 4. So you got to get an inbound to do something quick and contact before the ball can even be brought in. And that's exactly what St. Thomas was looking for. Is the foul going to be on Tori Nelson? And so now Maggie Nygaard, the senior guard, will go in there to take the free throws. She knocks that down. She's 10th in the NBA with 46.2 3-point percentage. But she just hasn't gotten anything to fall tonight, period, really. She makes the second one go through.
Hits both of them on that trip.
Her
3 of 4.
Yeah, her best part of her game tonight is the free throw shooting. 75-38, long pass going out of bounds for the Jackrabbits. 7 seconds left on the clock, and inbound Hill, and St. Thomas has control. 4, 3, shot clock is off. 1, a 3 ball from Hill, and she gets it to go into the 4th quarter.
A little bit of a delayed reaction from the far side referee on the call for the 3-pointer. If it was good or not, looks pretty strong.
Yep, they may come over and take a look at it. I don't think they will. But after 3, 75-41, we will go ahead and step aside. Be back here in 1 minute right here on KSDJ. (75-41), the Jackrabbits have the big lead heading into the 4th period. 10 more minutes on the clock, separating the Jackrabbits from another victory here in Brookings and another victory in the Summit League. This would push them to 10-0 overall in the Summit. Currently, Maya Selland has 20 points. The biggest total for the Jackrabbits, and Jade Hill with 11, the biggest for St. Thomas.
Keeping an eye on Maya Selland's stat line, too. Pulled down a total of 8 rebounds so far. So in 10 minutes, playing in wing territory, she might be able to pull out a double-double tonight.
Hill with the ball, dribbling with the right hand. Hand off to Nygaard. Back to Hill, right side. Dribbles up towards the point. Bounces it inside Langben, and the back door pass to Nygaard. It spins around and good. So the Tommies get the last points of the 3rd period and get the first of the 4th. They're not giving up, that's for sure. Burkhardt at the top. Meyer down to Timmer on the left baseline. Driving, cutting, and now gives it to Burkhardt. Up top, Meyer inside Selling. Bounces off the back and no good. Hill dribbling. Now gives it over to her teammate, left side now. Deji. Hands off to Hill. Shot clock at 10. Long three coming from Nygaard, off target. Brought down by Timmer. Stopping. Coach Johnson telling him to be more aggressive. Timmer laid off temporarily there, as we saw, and that's when he said, yeah, let's go, we got to turn it on. Selland gets some contact inside the paint, so she will go to the line. Maggie Nygaard. With the foul.
Yeah, that'll be Hill's third personal foul in the game, so she'll join Glenn and Nygaard all with 3 fouls. Langbin with 4 for St. Thomas on the floor right now, at least.
Maya Selland reaches 21 points, and now 22. 5 for 5 on free throws.
Can you say automatic?
Could.
Automatic.
77-43, right side on the arc. Gives it up top, Nygaard. Inside, Langben. Looking for somewhere to dump it off. Gets it on the right side to Nygaard again. Stop. Inside, Langben. Contact, and Selland not getting the call this time.
She was laying on the floor waiting for the call. When they said blocking foul, the biggest smile came across her face because she knew she tried.
She tried.
It wasn't quite enough. Looking at the replay, at least, yeah, close.
Langben misses the first one. Second one coming for her. She drills that one, gets her first of the night. 77-45, dribbling hard. Paige Meyer coming up, stopping at the point, gives over to Selland, driving. Off glass, too hard. Rebound by Timmer, though. She does it herself. Spin around and put back.
Maya had already started running back down the floor like she thought they lost the rebound. Didn't realize Haley was all on her own.
She don't need no help, though.
Under the basket, no. She goes up strong, 2 hands, puts it off the right side.
Scalia dancing with Paige Meyer. Dribbling, and now gives it to Nygaard. Shadowing the left side of the point. It gets stuck directly in between the basket and the knee of the camera operator down low. It just perfectly. It's almost like when it gets stuck in between the basket and the glass.
You don't get any points for that, do you?
I don't think so.
I know you don't get it for the rim, but for the cameraman, it's got to count for something, right?
It's gotta, right?
Is it a 30-point shot?
Remains to be seen.
All right, well, we'll see. Haven't awarded it yet.
Nope, not yet. 79-45. Maybe it's something that they add on at the end of the game. Yeah. Veloston left side. Gives it inside. Brooklyn Meyer off the glass for 2.
Puts her at 10 for the evening. 5 of 7 shooting from the floor.
81-45. 7:12 left to go. Inside to Langben. She loses it, picked up by Tyson. Feet ahead to Paige Meyer. Dribbles across half court. Stopping. Now going back out beyond the arc and driving back inside. Bounces to Tyson. Nice give.
Beautiful 2-woman play on the pick and roll. Getting down, finding the open player, and easy layup.
83-45. The Jacks are on a roll again. Going 6-0 in the last minute. Bounces inside. Langben can't get it to go over Veloston.
Head to the line here. Haven't had a field goal in the last 3 minutes, give or take, for St. Thomas. See if they can't get some points on the board.
Yep, the foul going to be on Madison Veloston. Joe Langben.
Wings chance starts here.
Misses the first one.
All right, we're 1 free throw away from Wings. My fingers aren't crossed, or yours? My fingers are crossed. I want Wings.
Langben shoots it straight through.
Sinks my wings hopes.
Sinks it straight through the basket like a dagger through each and every heart of every person in here.
I hope we get another chance. I think it'll happen.
Mathowitz deep inside, the feed from Tyson and Veloston. Great passing for the Jackrabbits so far. They extend their run.
19 total assists for the Jacks in this game. And another turnover forced by the Jacks.
Tyson gives up to Meyer, dribbling again. Down the lane, she had no contest.
Able to look off the pressure like a quarterback looks off a corner. Looks over to the left wing, gets open, and just takes the layup in herself.
Even when football's not going on, we talk about football. 87-46.
I was thinking Josh Allen. But
Josh Allen, love the guy. Kick out Mendez for 3, coming out of nowhere.
49-87. Breaks the no field goals drought of almost 4 minutes for St. Thomas.
Myers slows it up near what would be the 10-foot line. Gives inside, and now some contact and a foul. Gonna be on Jordan Glynn, her 4th, as Jade Hill is coming into the game, and now late substitution, Phoebe Frenzel in for, those two are in for Glynn and Nygaard, respectively. Tyson converts on her first.
Her 11th free throw attempt of the game.
Can't get that one, but the rebound by Meyer, perfect. Right back in there.
Nobody around her for that rebound. Easy two-handed putback.
Timeout called once again by St. Thomas. Ruth Sin with the timeout. We'll take it with them. 90-49, 10 points away from 100, 5 minutes and 11 seconds away from another dub. You're listening to Jackrabbit Women's Basketball on KSDJ. We'll be back in 1 minute. (90-49), just over 5 minutes left to go until this one is in the books. Paul, anything jump out at you right away?
I know we talked about it one time during a football game. You can't call a game over till it's over to get triple zeros on the clock, but
there's times when you can.
There are also exceptions to every rule.
There are exceptions to every rule. You are correct, my sir.
This might be one that we can chalk up on the record books as an over. The game's over. It's just all got to play 5 minutes.
90-49. You're ready to inbound on the near sideline. Phoebe Frenzel. Hill at the top, left-sided. Hill now back at the point. Less than 5 minutes to go in this one. The nice lay-in from Hill. St. Thomas gets 2 more, 51 points.
As a collective, the team on the floor for the Jacks right now has 18 minutes played. Kind of refresh, bring in the third squad maybe, get them a little bit of experience at the end of the game.
Mathewitz tried to give it into Byam. She gets the ball stolen away. Mesa Byam in the game for the Jackson. Hill gets the nice roll off of some contact too. 90-53 now. Colbeck, Ellie Colbeck dribbling it up for the Jacks. Stopping and gets kind of poked out away by Frenzel. She picks it back up, gives it to Mathewitz, driving left baseline, and another whistle. The call from Cromenhoek says it's on Jade Hill.
Be the third team foul of the fourth quarter on St. Thomas. Jacks etching ever closer to the bonus.
Mathewitz at the point, dribbling around, short range jumper, good at the charity stripe. 92-53. Ticking down to 3:45 left in the final frame.
Jacks are 7 of their last 7, I believe, once the stats update.
Lamker gives inside to Hill. She's seemed to turn on the Jets here a little bit. Lately, she has 15, 16, 17 maybe. I don't know. Yep, 17. Stats did not update.
Numbers and math and things.
Hey, not my strong suit. Colbeck gives over to Velostin, down to Byam, spinning around. Too hard.
It's the first miss in the last, 11 shots.
Spinning around now for St. Thomas, Jordan Lamker. She gets it to go. Velostin inbounds it, gives it to Colbeck. Now dribbling up the far sideline, stopping and then hitting the gas again. A handoff to Mathewitz, gives it to Byam. Byam high right. Now another handoff to Colbeck, shadowing that high right. Mathewitz, right side three. Bounces off, brought down in stride by Scalia. Hill gives it inside Lamker. Mendez on the left, dribbling, stopping. Pulls up, and that one rattles out.
Byam had it in her hands almost entirely, and then Frenzel gets in there, weasels a hand in between both arms, the ball and her body, wiggles it out, but not before committing a foul.
Coming in, a late substitution for St. Thomas. First time in today, Natalie Greenwood, 6'3", redshirt freshman forward from Roanoke, Texas. Another transfer coming in from NAU, North Arizona, who gets roughly about the same amount of snow as Brookings every year.
I'll believe it when I see it.
They're in the mountains.
Yeah, I've been to Brookings before. Right? They get a lot of snow.
Yep. not as much as North Dakota, though.
Yeah, it's probably
they're currently getting hit pretty bad. like legit, they canceled school tomorrow.
Oh, can we go to school there? I don't want to go to school tomorrow. I'll take a snow day.
Yeah. Mathewitz at the line. Knocks the second one. 94-57. 2:15 left to go in the fourth as this one ticks down. Just a reminder, in the Jackrabbit postgame show, we'll have some reaction and analysis as well as scores from around the world of college basketball. Hope you'll stay tuned. Amber Scalia dribbling, stopping, and gives it in now to Greenwood. Spins around and off the glass. Another whistle, and that's going to be on Byam, I do believe.
It'll be the third team foul.
Byam's first.
Shooting foul, too, so she gets to shoot 2. Misses the first.
Misses the first.
One more, and then we got free wings tomorrow for our snow day in North Dakota. I don't know what's going on.
Second one. Not good.
Wing territory.
Colbeck dribbling near side. Stopping Mathewitz. Low left, and now driving inside the lane. Gets denied. That was nasty.
Barely avoids the cameraman on their way down. Able to roll out of the way.
So Mathewitz will be at the line. 2 for 2 so far today. Knocks the third. 7 points for her.
Very casual shot from her the first time.
She stays perfect.
Same casual motion. 95 points, 5 more till we get to turn on the one.
Buck 36. The kick out going to be brought down now by Feuerbach. Faith Feuerbach, who's in the game for St. Thomas. Scalia shadowing on the high right, now goes low block. Spinning around, back shot, no good. And it'll finally go out of bounds.
Last touched by St. Thomas. Jackrabbits will get the ball from the right baseline.
Colbeck in the backcourt, dribbles it up for the Jackrabbits. Going from right to left, Velostin cutting inside, stop, mid-range, front irons off. Brought down by Feuerbach and given to Scalia. Final minute left in the fourth quarter, 96-57 the score. SDSU on top over St. Thomas. Left side, Scalia gives up top to Mendez for 3. That one back irons off, brought down Nessheim. Nessheim gives it to Mathewitz, looking for where the ball should go. Standing at half court, now comes closer to the near sideline. Left side now, Velocity up top, Byam for 3, knocks it down! Her first points of the night and come in a bang.
There we go, 96 points for the Jack. Byam only took 2 shots to get those 3 points.
57-99. Just one more point. Nessheim steals it away, 8 seconds. And I think they're gonna hold it.
They're gonna take the classy act and not shoot. Hold on
The fans didn't want them to, but they took the nice way. 99-57. Once again, missing the mark of something that the fans deem important by 1 point. That's the final, 99-57. Jackrabbit postgame show coming up next here on KSDJ. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, have a look at some stats and then take a look at some scores and stuff like that and have some reaction. Again, you're listening to Jackrabbit Women's Basketball on KSDJ Radio 90.7 FM. 99-57 as this place clears out pretty quickly, to be honest.
I think a lot of the fans are ready to go. They'd known this game was over since probably about halftime.
Yeah, that would be a good that would be a good guess. Well, 99-57, the final score here. You're listening to the Jackrabbit post-game show and Jackrabbit women's basketball on KSDJ 90.7 FM. Brookings. Got some stats for us, Paul, right?
Take it away here. I got a lot of numbers. Starting off with the leading scorer for St. Thomas, Jade Hill, with 17 total points. She led the team in points for St. Thomas, 6 of 11 shooting on 23 minutes and 23 seconds. 1 of 2 from three-point range, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. She had 2 total rebounds and 3 fouls, 3 turnovers, and 3 steals, for a total plus-minus of -14. The second leading scorer for St. Thomas is actually 2 people, tied with 9, Jordan Lamker and Joe Langbin. Lamker, in 26 minutes and 51 seconds, was 4 of 8 from the field, did not try a three-pointer, and was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She had 2 total rebounds and 3 personal fouls, and 3 assists with 1 turnover and 1 steal, for a total plus-minus of -19. Joe Langbin, 15 minutes, 23 seconds, 9 points, 3 of 5 shooting, made three-pointers on 0 attempts, and 50% from the free throw line, 3 of 6. 2 total rebounds, 4 personal fouls, 2 assists, 7 turnovers. Total plus-minus -21. Continuing down this St. Thomas stat sheet, just for a couple other major contributors for St. Thomas, Amber Scalia with 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Maggie Nagard with 7 points, 31 minutes, 2 of 6 shooting. And Autumn Mendez with 6 total points on 2 of 4 shooting. As a whole, St. Thomas shot 46.5% from the field. That's 20 of 43. Of the 43, 10 were three-pointers, and they connected on 10 of them. St. Thomas went to the line and took 26 free throw attempt. 26 three. Wow, I cannot even read these numbers here.
Having some trouble, man?
Man, it's been a long day. I got to go do some architecture after this, too.
Yeah, right?
26 free throw attempts. They made 14 of them. That's 53.8% total for St. Thomas on their shooting percentages. They had a total of 19 total turnovers to 13 assists for that ratio. Off those 19 turnovers, South Dakota State turned those into 27 points. Flipping the script here and looking at the South Dakota State stats, the leading scorer should come as no surprise. Maya Selland with 22 points, 25 minutes and 11 seconds, 7 of 10 shooting from the field, 3 of 4 from three-point range. Hit those early in the game and didn't really shoot a lot from deep later in the game, probably because of the lead. She had 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 8 total rebounds, 1 personal foul, 4 assists, and 1 turnover. The next leading scorer for the Jacks, Haley Timmer, 25.5 minutes, 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from three-point range, and she was not fouled. She had 2 total rebounds and no personal fouls to go along with 1 assist. Continuing down the Jacks score sheet, next leading scorer, Callie Tyson, 12 minutes and 30 seconds. 3 of 5 shooting, 14 points. No three-pointers attempted or made. And she got a lot of points from the free throw line. Took 12 shots and made 8 of them. Other major contributors for the Jacks, Brooklyn Meyer with 12 points on 6 of 8 shooting in 13 minutes. And Peyton Burkhart, 10 total points on 3 of 6 shooting in almost 21 minutes. The Jacks shot a total of 64.8% from the field, 35 of 54 attempts. Of those 54, 11 were three-pointers, then connected on 7. And the Jackrabbits took a total of 31 total free throws and made 22 of them for an even 71%. Jacks played most of mostly a clean game for turnovers. Had a stretch in there where they had 5 pretty consecutively. Had a total of 10 in the game. St. Thomas turned that into 15 total points. Jackrabbits had a good ratio, turnover to assist, 10 turnovers to 20 assists. Scoring by period for you, St. Thomas starting in the first, ending in the fourth, had 10 points in the first, 15 in the second, 13 in the third, 14 and 16 in the fourth for a total of 57. South Dakota State started off hot with 26, got even hotter up to 32, cooled off quite a bit to 17 in the third, and climbed back up a little bit to end with 24 in the fourth quarter for a total of 99 total points in this game. It's a quick look through the stats for this game as Braden is getting ready to run through the wide world of college sports scores.
I had everything ready, and then Chrome crashed.
Oh.
So it restored the pages, but that's what I was doing. I was just making sure I had everything ready to go, and it just all of a sudden, bloop, and it was done. It was like, too much. No. But a 99-57 win tonight for the Jackrabbits. A pretty good all-around performance. Never trailed, to my knowledge.
St. Thomas's biggest lead was with 10 minutes left in the first quarter at 0 points. For those of you keeping track, 10 minutes in the first quarter is the beginning of the game.
The
and they're
whole
tied
entire.
0.
Yeah. So, they never trailed. Well, let's go ahead and take a look around the Summit League on the men's side. Final score: Oral Roberts, 102-61 over Denver. Oral Roberts is pretty good.
Yeah, that's not a close game.
No, not at all. Not at all. Western Illinois 75-72 over USD. Currently, with about 4 minutes left in the second half, Kansas City up over Omaha 51-49, and a final coming from over in St. Paul. South Dakota State drops their game 60-54 versus St. Thomas. Take a look at some stats for that one. Zeke Mayo, the leader, with 23 points, 8 for 13 from the field, 5 for 8 from beyond the arc, 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. Had 5 total rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 turnovers, and 2 fouls. The 23 points was actually a game high, too, which stinks.
Well, yeah, it's good to see him back, though.
It is.
Because last game out, I believe it was their last game out, kind of got tangled up in his knee, ankle, whole sort of left leg got a little messed up.
Yep, so the Jackrabbit men will take on Western Illinois in Macomb, Illinois on Saturday. Now for the women's side of things, Kansas City beat Omaha 64-55. USD beats Western Illinois 74-56, and Oral Roberts beats Denver 93-83. And so South Dakota State will go ahead and play Western Illinois here on Saturday. We'll have more on that in a little bit. I don't know why I closed that. Like, I'm smart. Can you tell?
No comment?
No comment.
That's probably my best option, isn't it?
Your best option? I have control over your microphone, so watch yourself. Looking around, top 25 of women's basketball. Number 15, North Carolina beats Pittsburgh 72-57. Purdue upsets number 22, Illinois 62-52. Number 7, Notre Dame gets a nice win over number 24, Florida State 70-47. Number 23, Middle Tennessee State over Florida Atlantic 63-48. Number 10, Maryland beats number 13, Michigan 72-64 at halftime. Number 17, Gonzaga over this always messes with the Loyola Marymount. I cannot say that word. 28-26. Currently, Number 6, Indiana, the Hoosiers, up over number 2, Ohio State, 59-42 with 9:49 left to go in the fourth. Number 16, Duke, up over number 12, Virginia Tech, 63-53 with 38 seconds left. So it looks like Duke's going to pull off that one. And with about a minute and a half left in the fourth, number 5, UConn, up over Tennessee, 84-67. So now time to take a look at what these two teams are going to be doing next. St. Thomas will be taking on USD on Saturday, traveling down to Vermillion. That will be at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. USD is now, I do believe they lost, so they're 10-11 and 6-4 in the Summit League. They played Western Illinois tonight, but South Dakota State will play Western Illinois at 2 p.m. in Brookings on Saturday. We will have that one on our airwaves. The Fighting Leathernecks are 7th in the Summit League. Currently, I do believe they won, so 3-6. 3-6 and 4-6 and 9-12. They took on USD tonight. But South Dakota State advances to 17-5 overall, 10-0 in the Summit League with a 99-57 win. St. Thomas drops to 7-13 and 2-8 in the Summit League. Well, I think that about does it for us here in Frost Arena. I want to thank everybody for doing what they do to make things possible. Our advisors, Jim Helland and Brian Stemwettle, station manager Catherine Jones, my partner here, Paul Monson, and, of course, the guy back in the studio pushing the ones and twos, making us tick, Matt Wieberdink. From all of us here at KSDJ, thank you for tuning in tonight, and we hope to see you back here on Saturday. And have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your week. See you again on Saturday. As always, go Jacks.